Welcome to Opera America's New Works Forum. We also want to welcome, aside from the many people in the house here, people online. This is being streamed live at www.operaamerica.org/live. My name is Ed Harsh. I am the president and CEO of New Music USA, which is a support and advocacy organization for new music, which explains why I would be standing here at a place like this. Our colleagues at Opera America, we work closely in a variety of ways, and I'm really delighted they invited me to kind of MC things here. I actually don't have to say a lot. That's the good news. There's just going to be a lot of great work to be seen, and in fact, I think you'll find if you're here both today and tomorrow, you're going to see a great representation of a sign of just what a great time this is for new music, and particularly new music in connection with the other arts. Whether you call it, put a label on the box, opera, music theater, interdisciplinary, whatever. It's a very exciting time, and I think you're going to get that sense. The first work that we're going to see today is A Game of Hearts by Douglas Pew and Dara Weinberg. It's produced by the Washington National Opera, and we'll start off with a video to see the artistic team. Before that starts, though, this is the important moment that must start every show, which is, I hope everybody's already made sure that their cell phones and other weird devices will not make any crazy sounds in the middle of this, because this is good stuff and you don't want to miss anything. Okay, so here we go.
So Dara had a play she'd been working on about these three older ladies who were in a permanent care facility.
The atmosphere is almost a little bit like a college dormitory, a lot of gossip, a lot of secrets.
Thinking about their dead husbands who died back in the war.
And a lot of people having crushes on each other.
And we got the opportunity to work with Washington National Opera with their American Opera Initiative. So this is our first opera, either of us. I always thought it would be, the librettist will send you a text and you'll never speak to them.
We're sort of the opposite of that. If one of us wants something to happen, like a particular plot point, we'll talk to one another and say, should we achieve this through music, or should we achieve it through words?
It starts with these ladies, these octogenarians, at the card table talking about how their husband was more heroic because he died this way. Well, no, my husband was more heroic because he died this way. And then somebody accidentally calls Jean Mrs. Bierbaum, but she was only ever Miss Bierbaum. She didn't have a husband who died in the war, it was her fiancé who died. And she kind of dives in and tells her story. And then there's this moment when they all three come together and the trio erupts. I felt very justified in writing extremely romantic music in this moment, because these are grandmas who love romantic music. So there's this handsome man, Jerry, whose wife is about to die, and then he also makes the mistake of calling her Mrs.
And she says, no, miss, my fiancé died for the victory, and she begins her song all over again.
And you're like, oh gosh, not again, here she goes, right?
So each of them in their own way, Jean and Jerry, are sort of hung up on a person they don't have access to anymore. But over the course of singing over and over again, you don't just forget about someone you love, you never forget them, you never forget. Something changes, and they start singing to each other.
It actually turns into a real love duet. I kind of look at each other and think, maybe this is a connection. We decided after the workshop that there was more that we needed to say.
We're expanding the piece to a full-length piece.
So Act 2 will take place during the war, and everyone will be away from each other. And then in Act 3, it's back in present time, and the children come to visit.
I hope that Game of Hearts leaves people laughing and reminded that it really never is too late to fall in love again and again and yet again. Most people can't stop themselves from doing so, and that's what the opera's about.
right. Pick a number, it's not that hard. Ladies, enough is enough, is enough, is enough. You've got all day if you wanna play. You've got all day if you wanna play. You've got all day if you wanna play. But you only have to take your pills once. Once up, once up. Now, that wasn't so hard. That wasn't so hard, was it?
Give me a break.
Come again, Sylvia. Almost not you. Please offer Mrs. Bierbaum. Mrs. Bierbaum. Mrs. Bierbaum.
Looking after his wife as her state was increasingly grim, but who's taking care of him? Sylvia, I outlived 40, Alperstein, and his best friend dead, Holtz too. I married and buried, husband 1 and 2. I'm ready for husband number 3, for somebody who can outlive me, and it just might be you, Jerry Rosenberg. It just might be good. All right, listen up. It's movie night. That woman Jerry will come to set the machine.
Good evening, ladies.
See what I mean? Good evening, Jerry.
Good evening.
How do you do? I'm Jerry Rosenberg. Who are you?
She's my sister.
Jean Bierbaum.
I'm very pleased to meet you, Mrs. Bierbaum.
Miss.
Yes, excuse me.
My fiancé died for victory.
I'm sorry. I don't know what to say.
It's fine. I'm sorry. I was carried away when I think about
I should check on her before the movie. Good night.